Told me, now can you hear me? I'm guessing so. That helps a lot when you unmute. Lots of buttons and bells and whistles, you know. So as I was saying, I'm thrilled to be here inside of our Energy Codes community at Motor Institute and sharing with you whatever seems to be floating in that is pertinent and relevant to your world. And I'd love to share with you that inside of this conversation this evening, we're going to be talking about some very special qualities of an attribute that you have, that you carry, that you probably don't use as a real tool in your life consciously, on command. And so we're going to just kind of introduce that, open a door, and allow you to really start to work with this attribute that you have, that you are made of, that you carry around with you all the time in a new way, okay? So what we're going to do first, of course, is let you know about all the fabulous things that are happening inside of Motor Institute in the days and weeks to come. We're in the middle of our amazing challenge, and I'm hoping that you are a part of that connection challenge and that you're really putting it to work, putting it to use, because there is something amazing that happens when we begin to connect with people all over the world in a new way. When we're bringing our consciousness to something collectively as an amazing group of people, different things start to activate and animate inside of you. So if you're not aware of that, check it out. It's everywhere. So you probably have come across something regarding the Connection Experience Challenge, and you need to go back to that, click on it, and play. Okay, we're here together to find all sorts of ways of allowing our true selves to come out and to be experienced in the fashion that they were originally designed. There is an imprint that is here, that is wanting to have your new breath on it, your new signature of consciousness on it, and enliven it in ways that it hasn't been enlivened before. Not last year, or the year before that, or the year before that. It is always evolving and ever changing. And so I can tell you from my own experience that the more we do this, the more it starts to happen for us automatically. And I'll share a little bit with that, with you about that in the masterclass this evening, which is directly after the short answer. If you're not a part of our gold membership, you need to become a part of our gold membership, because you have access to all sorts of content that is amazingly fulfilling and giving you all sorts of perspectives and understandings, as well as practices to do to embody the things that we're speaking of, okay? So we'll also be mentioning some things along those lines tonight in the short answer. But first, I want to share with you some amazing things that are happening. We're in the midst of our 5-day free challenge that is it's going on now, and there's still time to join. Of course, you can catch up and start to work with these things, but you want to work with them a little bit each day as the challenge continues. And then we will have an amazing celebration at the end of that, which is called the Global Celebration, which is this Friday, which I want to invite you to now, whether you participate inside the challenge or not. The Global Celebration is, it is a coming together in a moment that allows us to cultivate and to celebrate, actually, what's been being cultivated all the way through the holy days, right here to this now moment. There is a new you that if you can land your awareness on it, you can anchor it, and you can then sustain it, and you can truly start to even learn about what it was that was being gifted to you during that time between early December and mid-January, all along. You might not even be aware of the things that are ready to combine and to integrate and to embody for you. And I want to make sure that we circle around and land that for you so that it doesn't escape you. You know, I've been in important meetings where we were brainstorming and masterminding around all sorts of things and come away with so many good ideas that it's very easy to just then start walking into life and participating in life, especially with my schedule and how busy it is. It's very easy to just begin to continue what you were doing before that amazing time. And this is what I want to make sure gets to land for you. So in the global celebration, I'll be bringing to mind some things that you've been experiencing this week during the challenge. And even if you're not participating in the challenge, bringing together for you a way of celebrating what this time of the year is for all of us, no matter where we are on the planet, and no matter what level of involvement we have with the energy codes and Mortar Institute and the Live Awake and any of the 3 schools of Body Awake Yoga, or the higher consciousness piece with Live Awake, or the bioenergetics piece with our practitioner training on how to work with others, and either locally or remotely. So there's a lot here for you in whatever way it serves you. I want you to know about it so that you can get that turned on. So the Global Celebration Friday is going to be a checkpoint, like, how am I doing? It's complimentary. Please come, invite your friends. Let's do this, and let's celebrate where we are in our evolution and in our own development with this new world that we're living in, and how it's really unfolding for us. Okay. So also we have an amazing program next weekend that is Embodying a Greater Love, and it is the practices of the Essenes and Mary Magdalene and a variety of things that have been inspired since our trip to the south of France and the Mary Magdalene tour. It's not a religious course. It is showing you how things get misguided and things get misinterpreted and things get left behind, and what it ends up leaving us with in the course of our human evolution is a real opportunity to only be dealing with part of the truth, part of the story, part of the whole picture. And so in this course, we're going to bring all the parts back together again, that we are discovering the interweaving. And so it is specifically focused on the Essene community, that is a culture of people that were living the practices of embodiment and ascension always. They were never not. And so it was a way of living. It wasn't just a practice that they were trying to get themselves into. It was who they were. And so I want to bring that forward and show a great balance of the divine feminine with this masculine energy that has been in charge for a long time. And we're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We're just going to wash the baby a little differently. And we're going to allow a harmony to return to our ways of being and our ways of doing things. So you're going to come away from that event with, I knew it. And you're going to know that you've always known. And you're going to have built the circuits together to be able to sustain that sort of clarity. And it isn't about confidence, but confidence is a byproduct of remembering the truth of who you are. And so it's going to be very experiential. We're going to go through one practice after another, Friday and Saturday, Sunday next week. So let me see if I can find those dates, February 24, 25, and 26. All right. So you want to plug in with us for those sacred teachings of raising your vibration and truly understanding how to, in a grounded way, open up the third eye, open up states of consciousness to a greater, more expansive way of living, and to understand that we've been living as a reaction rather than a creator. And it's really just time for us to turn that around. Okay, so that's next weekend. All right, we also have the Body Awake Yoga Teacher Training beginning March 1, the Body Awake Yoga Teacher Training. So if you want to become a yoga teacher, there's your chance to jump in with the next cohort that's going through the whole program of 10 modules over a year to work with really developing a deep understanding of the asanas, the body positions, and the sacred geometries that you are made of, that are truly waiting for your consciousness to land on it so that you can route this energy through your system in a way that energy medicine would love to be embodying. So this is what we're doing. We are an embodied energy medicine practice on every school that we are teaching through, and Body Awake Yoga is a way to do that. Now, you don't have to want to be a teacher to take the program. We have people that take it for personal development every time we run the course, and they love it. Even people that have been in the Mortar Institute programming for years say it's life-changing, because we are taking our time unpacking principles and allowing you to see how they apply to you. And all in all, it just becomes an amazing experience. We also want to announce the next complimentary, means free, okay, monthly healing transmission is Wednesday, February 22nd at 8:30 Eastern time, okay? So bring your friends, the more the merrier. The more we can hold this space together around the planet, the more each of us benefits from it. And we also get to contribute and to serve and to give at the same time, which is, you know, an amazing quality of the human consciousness that really doesn't get to be expressed on such a global level all that often. So we get to come in and do that together. Okay. And also, I'm supposed to announce that there are some date changes for the upcoming short answers. The March 15 is rescheduled to March 22 because we're going to be in Egypt. Okay. So it's the next one's going to be in March 22. March 22 is the short answer. And also May is going to be May 24. So here are the actual dates that they're going to happen are March 22 and March 24. Those are dates for the short answer. March, let me make sure I'm saying this right. March 22 and May 24. Okay, you wouldn't think it'd be so hard, right? So we have our big event called Heal Yourself, Heal Your Life, where people from all over the world are coming together in a super exciting, big energy process will be happening. And so we're moving that short answer so that we can accommodate both of them in their right way, so that they each get the attention that we want to share. Okay, so short answer. All right, the short answer is this: love floats. Love floats. Okay, so what that means is the buoyancy of love will carry you always. There is nothing that love will not endure. There is nothing that love will not transform. And there is nothing that will not come to the surface of your consciousness as a creator. There is nothing that will not do that easier than with love. Love is the catalyst that will allow whatever it is that you are meant to be becoming in this life, it will happen more easily with love. When something happens that we feel rejected, or we feel like we're just not having the life experience that we want to have, and we get attitudinal, or we get shut down, or we get defensive in any way, what happens is we pretty much guarantee our opportunity to be on that track again. We're going to go around the racetrack on the same level of consciousness, rather than going around the racetrack and elevating as we go around, and elevating as we go around, and elevating as we go around, always, hi guys, always creating a bigger, more expansive life experience for ourselves. And here's what that means. What it means to be experiencing a bigger life experience of yourself and for yourself is that you're understanding and experiencing yourself as creating an environment that you love, creating that environment that you love. And whenever something begins to bog you down, whenever something starts to feel heavy or contracted, or you feel resistance to it, I really want you to just remember, love floats. Love will float us to the surface again. Love will float us to the upper level. Love will raise the vibration. Love will take me up to this effervescent space where light and matter are even beginning to combine, intermingle, where light is becoming matter. So we speak about photons inside the energy codes. We speak about photon density with our central channel breathing. And if you're not aware of what central channel breathing is, check out inside of our social media, go to YouTube and check it out, and you will find information on the central channel and central channel breathing. And what we're doing with central channel breathing is we are gathering energy. We're pulling that energy into the center of our beingness, and we're awakening to our ability to do that. And what happens as a byproduct of us doing that is we become more dense inside there of light. We become more compressed light, awake, turned on inside the central channel of the body. When the central channel of the body is illuminated and the thickness of this photon density is happening, you can feel it. And you not only feel it in your central channel, you can feel it in the space around you. You can feel it inside the system that is running like this giant toric field all the time as a transmuting machine, really, that is here to literally take your life circumstances, bring them inside, see what they're trying to teach you. And here's the clue. What they're trying to teach you is how to lead with love. How to lead with love, how to lean in and show, be a way shower. If you're around people or places or circumstances where you're just not feeling the love, they're not bringing it, then the opportunity is for you to bring it. The opportunity, the invitation, in fact. So if you're in a situation that keeps repeating itself, I guarantee that the record is skipping because there's an added amount of love that you could bring to the situation that would change it, that would allow everyone to have what is in their highest good, that would allow everyone to realize something better about themselves, that would allow everyone to come together, even if coming together means going separate ways or doing things in a different fashion. And as that happens, everyone starts to actually meet their own fulfillment, their own soul's destiny and their life purpose. And the thing that will bring us to that level of awareness is love. Love will float to the surface anything and everything that needs to be leaned into, that needs to be noticed, that needs to be just scrubbed down and rearranged. It's like maybe the rules don't apply anymore. Maybe the rules that you grew up with, or that your family dynamic was, or that your first job laid out for you, maybe those rules don't apply, but you've just been living them. Maybe that first relationship didn't work out so well, but you've been living under the confines of how it went. And so you've been protecting yourself against never wanting to repeat that again. Or maybe there's some aspect of your health and vitality that you've kind of lost faith that it's ever going to change, or that it's ever going to be different or easier for you. And I want to share this with you, that the thing that will bring your awareness to why it's been a challenge, as long as it's been a challenge, is for you to realize there is another version of love that I've not yet discovered how to implement. Maybe we know it, or maybe we know about it, or maybe we get the theory, the principle of it, but in that real-time moment, I don't have the circuits in place to be able to apply it. Like it's elusive. Like the situation comes and it goes, and it's like, oh, now I hear Dr. Sue talking about this right now, and that would have been one of those moments where I could have leaned in, or I could have done this, or I could have said that, or I could have not done this, or whatever the case may be. And instead, I might have been able to demonstrate love. I might have been able to be a way shower of it. I might have been able to find myself on a deeper level. And first things first, I might have been able to find a greater degree of self-love. But if self-love is really feeling pretty good for you right now, and you're pretty confident in the department of, I'm starting to recognize that and I've got that down, but yet these things are still happening in my life, I just want to share this with you. The chances are that the reason it's still happening, even if you've got a pretty good handle on self-love and you're starting to take account for yourselves and make choices and decisions that work, that just work, then the very next part of evolution is to share that. We are first existing, and then we are thriving and evolving and awakening, and then we're sharing. And those are the stages really that we go through in terms of development consciously. And so if you're at a place where you're like, yeah, no, I feel pretty confident about me, it's just all these other people that don't operate properly, or this one person that just doesn't do it the right way, I just want to invite you into this, that perhaps that one person not doing it the quote unquote right way is in your life and has agreed to never do it the right way until you reach inside yourself some version of you that could be a way shower in that moment, that could be a leader in that moment, that could be an alchemist. And then you could experience the magic of you having discovered what you've discovered for you, to discover it for the dynamic, whether it's in the workplace or in your home or with biological family or with chosen friends or whatever the case may be. Maybe it's not about diagnosing the problems anymore. Maybe it's about offering up the solution. But first things first, that tending and that love floating for you is the most important thing to do first. So here's what happens. We start connecting, and we start allowing the spark of inspiration inside of our lives to be this place of knowing about love. And then the very next thing we have to do is make sure that we're accepting and embracing that for ourselves, and that it's a real thing that is happening in real time for us, that we don't flinch, that we don't contract, that we don't get nervous, that we don't jump up into our heads, but that we stay in this presence and keep bringing the love and allowing the love to be inside this toric field flow and this central channel. And then the very next thing that will happen for you as soon as that lands is that you want whoever it is that is in front of you, whoever it is that is in your mind right now that I might be thinking of, you want them to know it too. Even if they've just charged you with something that was unkind, or they've been abrasive or abusive or completely inappropriate with you, I want you to know what it feels like to not have to hold your ground, but to just be the love that floats, to just be that. And the very next thing that you will experience, my friends, is you want the world to know about this. And so you become compassionate, and you're very patient, and you're able to be a demonstrator of it. You're able to carry the situation into an example of it, because love does float. And I want you to be floating and riding the wave of grace that is meant to be for you in this life. And right now is a time on our planet where nothing matters more. And I assure you, it's actually never been easier, because so many old patterns have been just rocked away. They've been just disassembled. They've just been cracked apart. And here we are standing. Are we standing clear, or are we standing with a wobble? And what I want you to know is that love will bring buoyancy to the circumstance. Love will bring you to an elevated bird's eye view on life, where you're able to be a teacher rather than a survivor. So, my friends, love floats. It brings you to the surface of the exalted states of consciousness that you are meant to be living in. And so I have to stop now, or the short answer becomes a long answer, and then you can't even join us for the masterclass. So the bottom of the hour, in just a few minutes, we're going to be kicking into the masterclass and working with some awesome energies that are up right now inside of our conversations, inside of our wonderful community at Mortar Institute. So thank you for being here with us tonight. And I so look forward to how we get to connect in just a few moments, digging deeper and in a lovely way. So know that the masterclass is here for you to be able to show up, ask your questions, and get real time in real time with me every month. So I look forward. I'll see you in just a few. Blessings to all. We'll see you in the masterclass. Bye-bye for now. Namaste.